So we've just downloaded the educational version for PyCharm, and we're going to run that to install. Setup, I just like to leave it in its normal directory, and 37.y JetBrains install. It's gonna take hopefully not too long to get this rolling. Alright, and then we can go ahead, and I want to run it when I finish it because I'm gonna get rolling. My first project. Alright. And I had some previous configurations. I'm gonna not import those. I want a fresh install. Alright, and there we go. So let's just go ahead and create our first project. And I'm gonna call it Getting Started. Create. Alright, so I have my Getting Started. I open my project. The first thing I like to do is make my new directory, or you can make it a Python package, and I'm going to say main source. It's going to have my main source in there. I might name it something meaningful for specific projects, and then I like to have my test directory. So in my main source, I'm going to write my first just Python file, and I'm going to call it Hello World. I'm using Pythonic naming conventions, and it went in there. Let's go over here, new file, new Python file. This time we want a unit test, and we're going to test Hello World. Alright, so I just set a breakpoint that I don't need, so I want that in there. Then I'm going to call my print hello message. It is going to be a method I'm going to write. And right now, but I don't want to write it right away, so I'm just going to say pass, and then in my hello message, what I'm going to test. First of all, if I run my unit test, that's not going to work because this is a fail, but I'm going to rename that to test hello message. So I'm going to have to import that and say from main source, that folder I made, import hello world. So when I go, now my cert equals, I've got to get rid of all of that. I want it to say hello CIS 189 will be the message when I, from the hello world, when I call the hello message. And now when I run that, that failed because I don't have this implemented. And then at this point, this is where I would want to add my version control. So I'm going to hit Alt tick, and I need to enable version control. So I need to pick Git, because I'm going to have GitHub, which is on the World Wide Web at github.com, but I'm also going to have Git, my local repo. So I'm going to click OK. Now notice it says I can't find it, not found. So go ahead, download, and it picked my version for me. Save it, and then it'll show up here when it's done. It might take a minute. But we're doing this because we're going to set up this local Git, because we'll make a local repository. And then we also already have our GitHub accounts that we're going to push to as well. So one thing I like to do when I set up that Git, I just let it go there because that's easier to debug. Yes, I want to do that anyway. So you shouldn't get that message though. Additional I like to put those so I can get to the bash if I want to. And then to continue next, then I just kind of like let it pick because that's going to be easier. And then go get a cup of coffee. I'm just going to go ahead and launch the git bash and finish setting it up. So this is what the bash shell kind of looks like to give you guys an idea. Let's go back to our GitHub, and now we need to configure because we downloaded Git. I can't find git.exe, so now we need to find it. So we're going to look, and we just let it go where it wanted to, so it's going to be in program files, git, bin. That's all set up if we test it. Yay, life is good. So apply that and hit OK. Next, I still need to enable version control git. Then if we hit OK, it should be all set up. So now it created a git repo and get started. Now one thing, now I have this version control down here. If you don't see that, you can have tools windows and then click that and it'll show up at the bottom. So there's version control on version files. Now I'm going to commit these changes. It just made the repo. So I don't want to use that. I'm going to close that chevron, and I'm just going to put the main and the test files. I don't need all the rest of the things. And then the message is going to be initial commit. I'm going to go ahead and commit it. Alright, so now it's just locally, but my whole point is I want it up on GitHub. So what I need to do is do that alt tick, and then I have a push. But it doesn't know where I want to put it, so I need to define that remote origin, and it's looking for a URL. So what I need to do is go to my repositories and make a new repository and call it getting started, same name. That's taken. I'm not going to initialize any README or anything. I'm just going to create repository. Then this tells me that lovely URL that my PyCharm needed. So then I say, okay, it's probably going to have me log in. Nope, because I'm already logged in somehow before. So, and it says initial commit. Maybe when I actually push it, it'll want me to log in. Nope. So you might, yeah, it does. Okay, log in to GitHub username. I think it should ask me to log in. And if I can remember, log in. And then push was successful. Pushed a new master branch. So let's go to here. We hit reload. And then everything is there. Hello world. And test. So watch the next video for continuing with test-driven development.